you been hurt along the way? Has somebody in your life hurt you? Has somebody in your life taken advantage of you, done something to you that you couldn't fight back?
Nope.
Meanwhile.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
If you a veteran of this channel, then you know how I feel about single mothers. I believe that single mothers are one of the worst things to ever happen to modern society, and if there's anything worse than a single mother, it's a man that deals with one. And veterans of my channel know that this is the 4th video of me talking about our favorite girl, Danielle Bregoli, aka Bhad Bhabie.
That's me.
But this time, it's not to criticize her. I don't care that she's still with her abusive baby father, I don't care about who cheated, and I don't even care that she has cancer and still continues to smoke cigarettes. I'm here to talk about how her mother, Deborah Ann Bregoli, whose real name is Adeline cause her ass is out of line for allowing Danielle to be touched by a grown ass 30-plus-year-old man when she was only 14 years old.
Oh, hell no!
But before we get into that, I want to give a big shout out to Irving P6859 for the $5 super chat. He says, I love your content and I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you, fam.
My man.
Anyone that wants a shout out or questions read in the video, just hit the super chat or the Cash App link in the description below. Now, let's get to the show. But before we do, be sure to like the damn video.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
So yeah, obviously Bhad Bhabie snuck up behind her mom, I guess smacked her on the head, and then the mom turned around, started defending herself or whatever, and then, you know, they started tussling and the dogs are barking in the background, and it's just a whole complete chaotic mess. And then the mom throws out the cliche, I raised you, and this, that, and the third, and, you know, typical mama-daughter drunken ghetto babble when they get into arguments. But be that as it may, apparently, according to Bhad Bhabie, she had to do this because she said, my mom calls black people monkeys.
I beg your pardon?
And I smacked the out of her for calling my deceased friend a dead monkey.
This right here is where they learn to tolerate abusive baby daddies. If she'll swing out on her own mama, what makes you think that she won't swing out on her baby daddy? She'll hit him 10 times before he finally hits her once, but that's beside the point. The question is, when will society finally hold women like Deborah Ann Bregoli accountable?
The answer is never. Do you hear me? Never ever.
Instead of asking, where's the father, we should be asking, why are ghetto-ass dysfunctional women like Deborah Ann Bregoli allowed to have children in their custody?
Why? Why?
Answer this question, does Bhad Bhabie function like an adult or a traumatized child that just happened to age up? And why does society keep blaming the man when women choose what type of man they want to have babies with? If a woman chose a man with Down syndrome to have her baby, are we still gonna blame the man for being dysfunctional?
That's a good point. You've got a good point.
Women like Deborah Ann will choose a terrible man because only a terrible man will deal with women like Deborah Ann. Boys! This is why I barely get on the baby daddy when it comes to single mothers, because those dudes was pieces of trash far before they had a baby with that woman. Fact. And I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm talking about later in the live stream, but first, let's get into the type of man that was allowed around Danielle when she was 14.
She also followed up by saying, the amount of times this lady purposely and put me in harm's way, and y'all mad about a smack? She let me get molested by her boyfriend Justin. Oh my God, that's quite an accusation. What the and at Frank Delato for 3 years, both times. Nobody say play with me if you want to. Okay, so she's definitely crashing now. Allegations are being thrown around, and now she's accusing of her mom being complicit in some guy by the name of Frank Delato molesting her when obviously she was a minor. And as you can see here, I am now on the Instagram page of Frank Delato. Here's what he looks like. Here's his latest video from 2018. I mean, that's a long ass time ago. Somebody said you a kid toucher. Like, you know, this shit's crazy. Like, you know. And upon further inspection, I just went to YouTube to search in Frank Delato, and it seems as though that Frank is actually the bodyguard she had back when she was 14. So
I want everybody to pay attention to the fact that she's 14 years old hanging on to a grown ass man like that in front of her mama. Didn't I tell y'all that the only thing that's worse than a single mother is a dude that deals with one? This is what I'm talking about.
This would have been, 6 years ago or whatever. He was 33 back then and she was 14. And actually, I just tried to get to Frank Delato's page from Google. Because if you type in Frank Delato, right, his page will pop up at the top. But here, as I clicked on it, the page is gone. So obviously, he deactivated. There is currently a Reddit thread on r/canceledpod. Somebody posted saying, who is Frank Delato? Saw this posted elsewhere in regards to Daniel Bergoli going off on her mom. And then they linked this screenshot of the post of the real page of Frank Delato, and as you can see, he actually had photos up there. He had content, and it's just kind of strange how as soon as Daniel Bergoli calls this man, I don't know, like, was he touching on her? Was he not? I mean, the behavior in this video that I'm seeing right now between Daniel Bergoli, have a real father at home, your mom's worried about other things, and you're living a lifestyle that has you all over the place. Anything is possible. She said recently around this time, or when she was around 16, she was at Soldier Boy's house as a minor, clearly insinuating that they had sexual activity. She's also out in this situation with her and her bodyguard, Frank Delato, allegedly having had sexual activity around that time too. So I just find that very odd. Obviously, we know what deactivation means. It means like you don't know how to defend yourself. Bro, you could have made a simple post. And she's accusing of molesting her. So Frank Delato, step up to the front of the congregation, defend yourself, because Bhad Bhabie's like one of the most influential, and I hate to say that, but one of the most influential young women in the world. Millions of people follow her. She has mad influence. So
a single mother will choose a man for one or two reasons. One, because they think you a pathetic piece of shit, or two, because they know you a pathetic piece of shit.
Yup.
Every dude that deals with a single mother has the same damn lie.
I'm a better man than the father. I stepped up. I'ma show those kids what a real man is.
I'm sure that's the same thing Frank Delato said before shoving digging stick down Danielle's 14-year-old throat.
Stop him!
With her mother's consent, by the way, but let's pretend that we don't know what goes on in the households of these single mothers. We can agree that women break rules for the men that they like and make rules for the men that they don't, right?
Right.
What does all single mothers say? My children are my world. My kids come first. Until there's a man they like.
God's sake. Is that true?
But go ahead, let's keep pretending. Ask a single mother what she plans on doing with this year's tax return. I bet it ain't got nothing to do with the betterment of her kids and got everything to do with the betterment of herself. Everything about the Western modern single mother is selfish. That's why she can only attract a predatory, low-value, selfish-ass man.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
And those dudes know they selfish. Ask them this question. If they mama wasn't giving you none, can those kids still depend on you to support them until adulthood?
Hell no.
Exactly. Her baby daddy ain't crap, and the dude that she deals with is a piece of crap. That's why he believes that he's one step ahead of her baby daddy.
Damn.
That says a lot when these fugazi ninjas talk about how they the best thing that ever happened to those kids. And that's also why I believe that single mothers and the dudes that they deal with are the most toxic combination relation in the nation.
Get 'em.
But let's keep ignoring victims like Bhad Bhabie like she ain't the poster child for what a single mother would raise. Fellas, get on your proper man journey, because if we had proper men, then our children wouldn't be the victims of these Frank Delatos out here. If you dealing with a single mother, you're not a proper man, you fugazi. I don't give a damn what the reason is. Politicians and oligarchs are the only ones that benefit from a dysfunctional matriarchal society where hedonism and individualism is confused for happiness. That means the powers that be are not incentivized to stop the one thing that keeps their ass in power: matriarchal households. You ain't no damn good man or a father, and you ain't got no power in that household. And if you think you do, all she gotta do is take a trip downtown to help you F around and find out.
You gonna learn today.
Weak men are worse than Bhad Bhabie. You tired of Bhad Bhabie? Get tired of weak men first. A weak man was Bhad Bhabie's biological father. A weak man with consent from Deborah Ann stuck his digging stick down her daughter's underage throat.
Yeah.
Weak men subscribed to Danielle's OnlyFans and turned her into a multi-millionaire the day she turned 18. And who do you think gave her the idea to make a OnlyFans on her 18th birthday? Weak ass men. Weak ass men enable bad behavior in women. And if you dealing with a single mother, you a weak ass man enabling some bad behavior. Imagine being a king, but making a profligate tavern wench with bastard children the queen of your kingdom.
At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself.
And when your people question you, your punk ass response is,
well, I was lonely and it's too hard to find a proper woman, and I'm gonna show y'all what a real king would do.
Beta bear.
And your people should overthrow you because you fugazi looking ass ninjas.
I just happen to be the exception to the rule, and my girl happens to be the exception to the rule.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
We need a new age of men, strong men that will not tolerate single mothers or single mother savers. Women ain't even afraid to become single mothers, and it's all due to weak ass men that they can depend on. I don't want to hear no man complain about hoflation, Jezebels, 304s, or Grubus if you out here dealing with them. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'ma holla at y'all next time.
And I get it. There's men that prefer not to be with women with kids. Like, we get it. We hear you guys. We hear you loud and clear, okay? Nah, man don't want any woman with kids, you know? Don't want no woman with kids, you know? Like, any man that is so vocal about, I don't want a woman with kids. Why on earth would anyone want to be with someone like that? Why? Because it's just a horrible trait to have. Like, yes, have your preferences, but don't go and shout down a whole group of people in society and make them feel worthless about themselves just because you don't want to date one. Make it make sense.
A few moments later.
So if you are approaching a single mum to date them, just bear that in mind. That we've got a lot on our plate. And if you do want to take on a mum that has children, think, how can I provide value? How can I help?
Now don't forget, fellas, that's what a real man would do.